Today topic is liver. Study of liver is called hepatology. Study of blood is called hematology. So hepatology is the study of liver. Hematology is the study of blood. It is the largest exocrine gland of the body. Thyroid gland is the largest endogland of the body. The weight of the liver 1.2 to 1.5 kg or in grams 1200 to 1500 grams. Location of liver. Generally liver located in right side in abdominal cavity just below the diaphragm and above the stomach. Liver is origin from endodermal. Liver is by this bilobed structure divided by a ligament called falciform ligament. These falciform ligaments divide the liver into two lobes, hence they are bilobe structures. So in which right hepatic lobe and left hepatic lobe. See the diagram, ligament which divide the liver into two lobes, falciform ligament. This right hepatic lobe and this one left hepatic lobe. The right hepatic lobe is the larger and this one smaller. The structural and functional unit of liver is hepatic lobules. Like in lungs, the structural and functional unit of lung is alveoli. Like nephron is also structural and functional unit of kidney. So like that, hepatic lobules are the structural and functional unit of liver. Next, anatomy of liver. Hepatic lobule. Here, hepatic lobules are hexagonal in structures or pentagonal in structure, like this. Pentagonal in structure. This hepatic lobules get surrounded by connective tissue sheath or fibrous layer is called Gleason's capsule. So Gleason capsule is the connective tissue sheath. Center of the hepatic lobules contain called vein called central vein. So in these hepatic lobules, there are number of sinusoids are present like this. So along with sinusoid structure, there are different liver cells are arranged like a cord-like structures. So the primary function of liver cell or hepatocyte is it secrete bile juice. Not only hepatocyte cells, along with hepatocyte cells, there are some phagocytic cells also present inside the hepatic lobules like this. Phagocytic cells. So Kupfer's cells. So this Kupfer cell has a nature called phagocytic and they helps to fight and destroy the disease causing micro or simply we can use the term pathogen. So phagocytic nature, how the method or the transport of a pathway of bile juice transport. Hepatocyte cells here. Hepatocyte or liver cell is secrete bile juice. This bile juice collected by the hepatic duct from both. This is the falciform ligaments. Right side hepatic lobe, right side, and this one left side hepatic lobes. At the base of the right hepatic lobe, one thin muscular sac-like structure called gallbladder. So gallbladder main function is which store and which concentrate the bile juice. See hepatic duct from both hepatic lobes. From right side, right hepatic duct. So these two ducts carry the bile juice from their respective hepatic lobes. And these two ducts together form a common duct. So that common duct is called common hepatic duct. Common hepatic ducts. So then which combine with gallbladder duct. So from gallbladder there is a one duct which arises. So this gallbladder duct is called cystic duct. So cystic duct from gallbladder and common hepatic duct from both hepatic lobes. And all these together form a common or a single duct called bile duct. Now this bile duct later which open into pancreatic duct. Pancreas has a duct called pancreatic duct. So pancreatic duct, so this bile duct will open like this. So the region where the bile duct open into pancreatic duct, so here we have some sphincters. So this sphincter is called sphincter of Boyd. And later, so this bile duct and pancreatic together form a duct. This duct is called hepatopancreatic duct. Then this hepatopancreatic duct, then it open into small intestine part, that is duodenum. So before this hepatic pancreatic duct open into duodenum, here there is some bulge part in hepatopancreatic duct. This bulge or swelling part of hepatoduct is called ampulla of Vater. And then only this hepatic pancreatic ducts open into duodenum. So the region where this hepatopancreatic duct open into duodenum, there also we have one more sphincter. That sphincter is called sphincter of Oddi. So is a sphincter which is present where the hepatopancreatic duct open into duodenum, and here sphincter of Oddi which is present where the bile duct open into pancreatic duct. So this is how the bile juice will transport from hepatocyte cells to the into the DO liver function. Production of bile juice from hepato, also called liver cell, and stored and concentrate this bile juice in gall. So bile juice generally it is alkaline in nature. pH is 7.6, and this bile juice contain no enzymes. Bile juice contain no enzyme, but bile juice contain different products, like mostly contain 97% of water, and bile juice contain bile salts, and also bile juice contain bile pigments. Now there are some salt like phospholipids and cholesterol and sodium bicarbonate and sodium and potassium glyc and sodium and potassium of tarocholate. So all these are the different bile salts are present in bile juice. The role of this bile salt is helps in emulsification of fat, and not only emulsification but also helps in absorption of fats from intestine. Here emulsification means if there is a large size fat is there and which is break into smaller sodium and potassium of tarocholate. So bile pigments. Generally bile pigments are the product of hemo of hemoglobin. So after completion of lifespan of RBC, then in that the hemoglobin undergoes lysis. So once hemoglobin undergo lysis, then it form and then it produce bile pigments. So in that bile pigments there are two types of pigments are there. One is yellowish color and one more is greenish color. So bile, the greenish color pigment is called bile. So bilirubin and biliverdin, these two are bile pigments which form or which produce due to lysis of hemoglobin after completion of RBC life cycle in spleen or liver. So hematopoietic organ during fetal life. So during in fetal life, the production of blood and from liver only. So hence it store the blood in liver during fetal life. Hence it act as a reservoir of blood. It is a liver is a detoxifying organ. So play important role in D. A detoxification means removal of harmful drugs or wastage or toxins like poisons by liver. Such role is called detoxification. And liver also play important role, and it mainly helps in storage of iron and also storage of glycogen for body. So metabolism of carbohydrate. The first one is glyco, second one is glycogeno, and one more important gluco. So these are the three process of carbohydrate metabolism. So here glycogenesis means formation of glycogen from glucose. Genesis means synthesis. Lysis means breakdown. So glycogenesis means formation of glycogen from glucose. So in presence of a hormone, so in presence of insulin hormone, there is a formation of glycogen from glucose. That process is called glycogenesis. Glycogenolysis, it is a quite opposite to the glycogenesis in formation of glucose from glycogen. It means that glycogen undergoes breakdown to form again back to the glucose in presence of one pancreatic hormone, that is glucagon hormone. Insulin is also a pancreatic hormone. Glucagon also a pancreatic hormone. Insulin secreted from the pancreatic cells like beta cells of pancreas. Glucagon secreted from the alpha cells of pancreas. So this glycogenesis and glycogenolysis are the vice versa reactions. Like both are quite opposite to each other. Gluconeogenesis here, in which formation of glucose or glycogen from non-carbohydrate sources. So non-carbohydrate means like proteins or any fats. There is a formation of glucose or glycogen. The process is called glucometabolism of fats or lipids. So in which lipogenesis process occur. Lipogenesis means synthesis. It means synthesis of lipids or fats. Formation of cholesterol and triglyceride. Liver play important role in meta of protein. So in which ornithine cycle are also called urea cycle are also called Krebs. The protein which undergoes metabolism, that is breakdown process or catabolism process, into break into amino acids. So from this amino acid enter into D process. So by which process there is a removal of ammonia. So ammonia from amino acid get removed. This ammonia is highly toxic waste material. 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 So liver convert them into less toxic waste material in the form of urea. So ammonia get converted into urea, then this urea will excrete out through the kidney or nephron. So this is all about the metabolism of protein. Now Cori cycle. So this Cori cycle also called glycogen cycle. So generally this Cori cycle or glycogen cycle which occur during vigorous exercise. There is a high muscle contraction occur during vigorous exercise. So there is a accumulation of lactic acid in muscle. Lactic acid get accumulated. Anaerobic respiration process will occur. So in which there is a lack of oxygen availability to the muscle cell. Then this glucose converted into lactic acid is accumulated so into the liver, and then we get some kind of pain. So liver convert this lactic acid back into glycogen. This glycogen stored in liver and also in muscles. One more important function of liver is here. There are various compounds or products like here, like liver synthesis blood plasma protein. So here blood plasma protein, mostly albumin and globulin, both are the blood plasma protein. So albumin play a vital role in osmotic balance to maintain osmotic balance. And globulin, in globulin generally we have different types: alpha globulin, beta globulin and gamma. But here alpha and beta globulin play important role only during transportation of various materials like hormones, enzymes, everything. But in which gamma globulin play important role in defense mechanism. It means so which gives immunity to the body. Hence this gamma globulin also called immuno. So immunoglobulin are nothing but anti. So here the structure of antibodies like Y-shaped structures here. These antibodies protect us from the any foreign pathogens or antigens. So like that, this antibody protect us from disease causing micro. And these globulin and albumin both are the blood plasma protein are synthesized by only liver. And it also helps in synthesis of blood clotting factor. So here there are two most important blood clotting factors are synthesized by the liver. So they are fibrinogen and pro. So these two blood factors play important role in clotting process. Anti, so that is heparin is a anticoagulant factor which is also synthesized or produced by the liver. And one more important function of liver is it helps to synthesis and storage both fat soluble vitamins like A, D, E, K. So this vitamin synthesis or their storage because of liver. So here A vitamin is also called retinol. So here D vitamin is calciferol vitamin and E is tocopherol vitamins and phylloquine. So these are the fat soluble vitamins. Their synthesis and storage in liver cells only. And the last and most important role of the liver is in which we have one phagocytic cells. We know that. So Kupffer cells. So these cells which helps to fight and destroy the disease causing microbes, or simply we can use the term patho. So hence Kupffer cells is a phagocytic cells in liver. So this is all about the liver. So we have covered the entire concept in this video lecture. Now it's time for self test. So here I have given three highly important NCERT based multi statement questions on the screen for you here. So think about the concept here. So this is the first MCQs. Consider the following statement regarding the gross anatomy of the human liver. So here four options are there. So which of the statement given above are correct? Second MCQ. So read the following statement about the structural and functional unit of the liver. So here there are three statement is given. So which of the statement given above are correct? Choose it. And last MCQs, one more MCQs here I am providing. Yeah, evaluate this statement regarding the regulatory sphincters and ducts associated with the liver. Just now we have discussed different types of sphincters and different types of ducts. Okay. So read it, three statement, and which of the statements given above are correct. So this is all about the liver. So think about the concept discussed just now and drop your answer in comment section. If you like my video, please share and subscribe this channel. So thank you and have a nice day.